At this time, Donna, can I ask you to give us the invocation, please?
Aho. No atias te wahat. Be with us today as we take care of business for the Pawnee Nation. Be with all of our tribal members, wherever they are. Be with all their families and keep everybody safe. Let us make the best decisions that we can for our Pawnee people, and may we approach all of our decisions with pure hearts and a willingness to do what is best for everyone. Thank you for all you've done, and Noah Edie, Noah.
Okay, thank you very much, Councilwoman Hare. At this time, we'll do roll call to declare a quorum, please.
Misty Nuttall.
Here.
Jordan Canuho.
Here.
George Gardapi here. Carol Chapman.
Here.
There you go.
Okay. Cynthia Butler.
Here.
Donna Hare.
Titaku.
Gene Evans.
I haven't received a text or anything from him.
He's trying to get on. I sent him the phone number, the phone number, so he can call in.
Okay.
Sammy Kimball.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay. Item number 3, approval of the agenda. Are there any additions or deletions?
Yes, we do have an addition. So under new business, we're going to add discussion interaction on Pawnee Nation RV hookups at campgrounds during the 2024 Steam Engine Show. So that'll be number 3. And discussion interaction on ODA auction will become number 2. And those are the changes that I know of.
Okay.
I also, Tammy Kimball, and I did request executive session with the council on issues that and questions that I have. So I'd like to ask that we have just a few minutes of executive session for direction.
Okay. Yeah. We can add executive session, but what do you want to call it? Direction?
What's the item to be discussed?
The policy process.
Okay, we'll call it policy process.
Thank you.
And those are all the changes I know of.
Thank you.
Okay, so I got those changes, and that would be executive session would be item number 5, moving adjournment to item number 6. If no further discussion, we'll call for the vote to approve the agenda with changes.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second that with the changes.
Okay, I got a motion by Secretary Gardapi, second by Vice President. Let's call for the vote.
Okay, Jordan Canuho.
Yes.
George Gardapi, yes. Carol Chapman.
Yes.
Cynthia Butler.
Yes.
Donna Hare.
Keith, no.
Gene Evans.
Yes.
Hi, Dean. And Sammy Kimball.
Yes.
Okay, and then we have Dr. Evans that's in attendance at 2:08 p.m.
Thank you.
Okay, under new business, item number 4, item 1, discussion and or action on PBC committee appointments. Let's start with we have 4 committee appointments that, or 4 committees that have been approved for recommendation for approval by myself to the Business Council, and I have the IT and Communications Committee, the HR Committee, the Tourism Committee, and then the Grievance Committee. IT and Communications to be chaired by Councilwoman Kimball. HR Committee to be chaired by Councilwoman Kimball. Tourism to be chaired by Cynthia Butler, and Grievance Committee to be chaired by Councilwoman Kimball. And we have some that have sent in their recommendations for committee members. I believe you guys have been CC'd on those committee appointments or recommendations for approval. Does anyone have any questions? On IT and Communications Committee, I have Lindsay Teeter, Carrie Peters, Pius Spotted Horse Chief, Arthur Atotney, and Mike Ortiz. Let me pull up. HR Committee, I have Amanda Dunbar, Sam Benoit, Shelby Exum, Sharice Moore, George Shields Jr. Councilwoman Butler, did you get to send me your tourism committee recommendations, or were you going to wait till the next meeting?
I sent them to you yesterday, and but we can wait till the next meeting if you don't have them ready to pull up.
No, I'm here right now. Let me just see if I can get them. Oh, there it is. Tourism. For tourism, I have Carol Cynthia Butler to chair, Carol Chapman, George Gardefee, Matt Reed or Joseph Matt Reed, Lindsay Teeter, Herb Adson, and Chris McCray. And then Grievance Committee, I know that you had requested them to be confidential. However, they have to be appointed publicly. And I have Lyle Fields, Monty Matlock, Sharon Beard, and Lisa Goodday. Does council have any discussion on any of the appointees? If not, then I recommend, or I'll entertain a motion to approve. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yes, the only one that I had a question on was the grievance. Do we typically have council serve on that grievance committee
No.
for policy?
Yeah,
That would be the only one that
Jordan, pardon me, this is Sammy. I won't be serving on that grievance committee. That's what I'm taking this into executive session for. I am not serving on that. We have 4 people identified, right? According to policy, we have to have 2 managers or supervisors, a regular employee, and then an alternate. So Mr. Lyle Fields, Tax Department Manager, Monty Matlock, Environmental Department Manager, will be those manager supervisors. Sharon Beard will be acting as the regular employee, and the alternate will be Lisa Goodday. When we go into executive session, that is where the handoff is. So that's what I want to. That's why I want to have that talk. I am not going to be serving on that. That's going to be those 4 people, and they'll have to decide how they're going to operate.
Okay, I appreciate the clarity. When President Nuttall was mentioning the committee, she mentioned you as the chair, so I just wanted that clarification for the record. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Of course.
Yep.
Yes, thank you both for that clarification. Okay, if no further discussion, then I'll entertain a motion to approve the PBC committee appointments.
I'll make a motion to approve the appointments as read.
Got a motion a motion on the floor by Vice President Canuho. Is there a second?
I'll second. This is Cynthia.
Got a second by Councilwoman Butler. Let's call for the vote.
Okay, Jordan Canuho,
Yes.
George Gardefee, yes. Carol Chapman,
Yes.
Cynthia Butler,
Yes.
Donna Hare,
Aho.
Gene Evans,
Yes.
Sammy Kimball.
Yes.
Thank you all. Item number 4.2 under new business, discussion and or action on ODOT auction land east of Stonewolf Casino. Who will be presenting?
That would be Donna.
Okay. Okay. So I think what we're looking at is, I don't have my information in front of me, but how many acres is it? 4?
4?
Yeah. Okay. Right, right across from the Stone Bluff. And so, were we looking to authorize, were we waiting for a response for TDC? Did we hear something from them on their
No.
interest?
No.
Okay. Because of the time involved, I think it's important that we look at proceeding and having somebody at the auction. And do you have the date of the auction right off?
I believe it's May
Yes.
2.
May 2. Okay. That's what I was thinking.
And
Okay.
it's in
And so
It's
it's
in
in Oklahoma?
Oklahoma City.
Okay.
You said that you didn't have the date?
Yes, it's May 2nd.
Oh, May the 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're authorizing someone to attend the auction, but what are their charging orders basically?
Basically, I think I'm the only council member that has ever gone to auction. When we went to with the Waters property, and what it consists of really is for somebody to be down there, and you have to have a check of goodwill. And so what they did at that moment was, I think they authorized, and you might correct me, Don, I think it was $100,000 that we were willing to pay for that house, all the outbuildings and the 3 acres of the Waters property that was at auction at that time. We were outbid by it. It actually sold for $135,000. So what they did was they gave me a blank check. I took it down. We didn't even have to file it. I just returned it back to the accounting office as voided. So I don't know how much we want to spend. This is 4 acres of land. It is highway front, 400 on Highway 412 at Highway 18, just on the east side across the road from Stonewolf Casino. So I don't know what really, to be honest, anything about the market value of acreage right now, but I would say I did this a swag. I would say 40,000. I mean, do you think that's excessive? I don't know. I don't know. And also we're being recorded, so anybody can outbid us. So so however you all want to go with it, that's how it was done the last time. That was the experience.
I think on the
Go ahead. Go ahead.
sorry, I was just gonna to me, I think on the agenda we're just discussing for either action on the ODOT auction if we want to move forward. Could we amend the agenda to go into executive session to go into the details as far as what we want to do if we approve this?
Sure.
Yeah.
I would say so, just only because, like I said, other than sending a representative, I would like to give them some direction and like we're talking about, a ceiling. And not only that, but we still would have to identify where the funding is coming from.
Yep, I agree.
Exactly.
Okay, so do you want to make that motion to to amend the agenda?
I'll make the motion first since we're on this item right now, to approve the going forward with the auction. Then after we vote on it, then I can make the motion, or whoever wants to make the motion to amend the agenda to go into the executive session. If that sounds good.
Okay, you're voting to
Oh, sorry.
approve it, but what specifically? You're voting to send a representative to the auction? What action is it that you're approving? Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm sorry. I'll make a motion to send a representative to the auction from the Pawnee Nation.
I'll second.
Made the second.
Councilwoman
Sammy
Kimball.
Kimball.
Okay, yeah. Okay, let's call for the vote.
Jordan Canuho,
Yes.
George Gardapi, yes. Carol Chapman,
Yes.
Cynthia Butler,
Yes.
Donna Hare,
Aho.
Gene Evans,
Yes.
Tammy Kimball.
Yes.
Okay. Item number 3, discussion and or action on Pawnee Nation RV hookups at campgrounds during the 2024 steam engine show.
Okay, that's probably going to be me again. So we have developed well, Cynthia came with us to us because the steam engine show is coming up and thought that it might be a good opportunity for us to make some revenue on the campground. And so we have Pat Leading Fox has developed this policy, and I think he's done a good job on it. And so we need to review it and see if we're in agreement. And then I would like to go ahead and turn the floor over to Pat if he wants to comment on it, if he wants to go ahead and present it, Pat and Jennifer.
Okay, thank you. I did make a change, or I added on that rate part, the second bullet, I added that. And I believe I changed it to 5 nights instead of 3. And then that second bullet just gives me the discretion if a guest wants to or needs to stay and extended after that, then it's up to me to approve that and then charge them, the current daily rate. And then the other change was at the very bottom. I put down there about the in red there, Pawnee Nation District Court has jurisdiction over that site.
What is that under, Pat? What item is that under, the jurisdiction?
It's under, go back up, general.
Sorry, they printed 2 copies instead of 1, so let's see, general.
But yeah, it's at the very end of it.
And you added, can you read the language, how it's supposed to read?
Yeah, on the district court one.
Yes.
Okay, it says the Pawnee Nation District Court reserves the right to full jurisdiction in all matters concerning any civil and or criminal issues that may arise during any guest's stay.
Okay. Any other changes?
And Councilwoman,
President
Mayor, I
Little.
see, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I just was gonna say that I see Attorney General Smith's hand is up.
Yes, Attorney General Smith.
On that section, what I might make a recommendation is that frame it that the guest agrees to subject themselves to the jurisdiction of the Pawnee Nation District Court.
Okay.
If you can incorporate that into that language that you just read, Pat, I think we would be good with that.
Yes, I'll do.
And then I had spoken with you about that checkout time.
Oh, yes, and I'll change that. I forgot to do that. I'll get that changed to 11.
Okay.
Back
And
up in rates.
this was in reference to bullet number 4. Any checkout later than, it said 1 p.m., but it should read 11 a.m.
Yeah.
And then under rate, the second bullet point, where you were referencing the extended stay beyond the 5 night, if you could change park manager to property director.
Okay.
That way it just stays consistent throughout the document.
Okay.
Does anybody else have any other questions? Councilwoman Kimball, I see your hand, and then next by Councilwoman Secretary Chapman.
Okay, yes, thank you very much. Rosario Leading Fox, thanks for putting this together for us. I would hope in our SOPs and our policies that forward that we just don't have an open-end time, length of stay for people outside of our nation citizens during ceremonials or our homecoming. Some people like to come in a week before and what have you, but I would really hate to have the public just there for weeks at a time. And that's my only concern.
So can you, maybe Pat, can you incorporate some blackout dates?
Okay.
Yeah. And then also, and you and I talked about the teepee grounds too. We have
Yes.
our teepee grounds there that need to be protected. Thank you. That's all I've got.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you.
And what I'll do with the teepee grounds is I'll put T-post up and cautionary tape around it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Treasurer Chapman.
Yes, I did have a question. I think Councilwoman Kimball kind of asked that. So I was going to ask, is this just for the steam engine show? So it's not just for the steam engine show. It will be all the time minus the times that we need it correctly. Is that right?
I think the urgency was because of the steam engine show, but these are the park rules that will be in place. And then that's what we had just suggested to address that concern about when the tribe needs it, is to have blackout dates.
Right. But other than that, we will be doing this like a business then? Is that what I'm understanding?
That's my understanding.
Okay. Have we figured out how much profit we will be making off of doing this?
Pat, have you or the Land or Property Committee done any preliminary studies on that? I would say no, because I don't, without having historical data, it's hard to say how many will actually use it.
No, we do not have that data.
I would like to recommend that we acquire that data if we're going to be going into it as a business. Just a smart business practice, I think, to see if we're going to be going in the hole or making profit. That would just be my only suggestion later on. That's my only comments. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Vice President Canuho, I see your hand up.
Yes, I appreciate the property committee, land use and property committee getting this together. Appreciate Pat working on this as well. I didn't see it in here as I was reading through it. Should we have some kind of condition in here that they need to leave the RV park as they found it? I know we have a lot of different, things in there. They can't be, having fire pits and dumping things and stuff like that. That was just one thing I had, but I mean, everything else seems pretty good to me.
Pat, did you want to address that? I just noticed under sites, that first point where it just said all sites are to be kept clean and clutter-free.
Yeah, and then that next bullet too is the trash and the dumpsters at the entrance.
Okay.
Household trash only. Also, that the camping area is a dry camping area. That means no dumping of gray water or any fluids on the ground. No open fires. Just for the RV park.
Okay.
Homecoming is going to be separate.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
as far as that,
I just didn't know,
Go ahead, sir.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna say, when they're bringing their RVs in, if there's ruts, if it's wet when they're there, we don't want to, you know what I mean? I guess I'm just thinking too much into it. I guess I'm getting too into the weeds, I guess, in some instance.
Well, I mean, any ruts, that happen, we can fix them.
Oh, okay.
That's going to be a given if it's muddy.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be, out of the guests' hands, for something like that, or even, if it rains while they're down there, it'll be another thing.
Okay.
President Nuttall, I just have one more thing. Sammy Kimball here.
Yes.
Could we just keep this really for the steam engine show and just get back around and circle back around when it's over? And I say that because, you know, we still have to have manpower to support this. It's going to require, you know, police presence there for security. It's going to require the property department's maintenance team to come in and clean out bathrooms and restock it. And we're talking Memorial Day weekend here. And do they know that they have to work? And so that type of thing, I would just really like to just kind of minimize it for now, and let's get to the drawing table and do a comprehensive plan to find out really how feasible it is, and then to find out, you know, like it was questioned, is it going to be worth the money? Is it going to be worth us giving up our you know, our little sacred area down there, you know, for people just to come in on weekends and hang out? That's my question. So I'd like to propose that. And I don't mean it any kind of way, but those are just questions that I have. Thank you.
Councilwoman Hare.
I'm in agreement with Councilor Kimball.
Okay. Councilwoman Kimball, if I can get you to make a motion to state that it's just for approval during the 2024 steam engine show, we can move forward.
Thank you very much. Yes, I'd like to make a motion to approve this plan for the steam engine show weekend for camping.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second this, Carol.
Okay, I got a motion on the floor by Councilwoman Kimball, second by Treasurer Chapman. If no further discussion, we'll call for the vote.
Jordan Canuho,
Yes.
George Gardner, yes. Carol Chapman,
Yes.
Cynthia Butler,
Yes.
Donna Hare,
Aho.
Gene Evans,
Yes.
Tammy Kimball.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, the next item that we have is item number 5, is executive session. Vice President, did you want to amend the agenda or
Yes.
just discuss the policy process?
I would like to amend the agenda. I'll make a motion to amend the agenda to add item 2, an executive session, discussion and interaction on land east of Stonewolf auction details, I guess, what do we call it? Discussion. Basically,
Okay,
just getting all that lined out.
Okay, I got a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
I will second.
Okay. Got a motion on the floor by Vice President Canuho, second by Councilwoman Hare. No further discussion. We'll call for the vote.
Jordan Canuho,
Yes.
George Gardner, yes. Carol Chapman,
Yes.
Cynthia Butler,
Yes.
Donna Hare,
Aho.
Gene Evans,
Yes.
Tammy Kimball.
Councilwoman Kimball, you're on mute.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay, I see Attorney General Smith's hand.
I'd like to attend the executive session for just a brief moment to comment on the Stone Wolf property.
Okay. Jamie, is that what you were going to address? I seen your hand up for a second.
Yes.
Okay. Then that moves us to item number 5, executive session. Can I get a motion to go into executive session?
I'll make that
Make
motion.
a motion.
Okay, got a motion by Councilwoman Hare. Is there a second? Vice President?
I'll second. Yep.
Okay. George, let's call for the vote.
Jordan Canuho,
Yes.
George Gardner, yes. Carol Chapman,
Yes.
Cynthia Butler,
Yes.
Donna Hare,
Aho.
Gene Evans,
Yes.
Tammy Kimball.
Yes.
Okay, if everyone that is not council could please except the virtual. Okay, it's 3:10 p.m. We're out of executive session. Under the policy process, the action is to send documents relating to the grievance process to the Attorney General, and he will get back with us. We will discuss on Monday after his research and findings and proceed forward from there. On item number 2, the ODOT auction regarding the land east of Stonewolf Casino. We will send representatives, the property director and the former property director, to attend the auction, along with identifying a funding source, and then a ceiling maximum of 40,000 has been authorized to bid. Should I have said that since it's public?
You already did.
Okay. Well, we still had to get it on the record somehow. Okay. And that's what has come out of the executive session discussion. Does council have anything to add? Okay, hearing none, that moves us to item number 6, adjournment. We can get a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second. This is Cynthia.
Got a motion by Vice President, second by Councilwoman Butler. Hearing no further discussion, we'll call for the vote.
Jordan Canuho,
Yes.
George Gardner, yes. Carol Chapman,
Yes.
Cynthia Butler.
Yes.
Is Donna back on? Did she make it back on?
I don't think so.
I don't see
Okay.
her on.
Gene Evans,
Yes.
Tammy Kimball.
Yes.
Okay, we are adjourned at 3:12 p.m.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.